What's up, fam? I told y'all we need to talk. I'm quite sure you all see all of that shit that's happening in Cali. People are bugging out. People are going, why is this happening? There's some people don't have nothing to do with Hollywood. They're just trying to make an honest living, etc., etc. Nobody is putting two and two together. Forgive me for looking kind of lazy, but at this particular time in Colorado, this is the time I start to relax. But I just felt the need to have a conversation with y'all, okay? Before I go up and totally relax, right? Look, these types of videos, I don't mind sharing with y'all because I have a lot of videos like this on my Fire Stick, Roku, and this is how we get down. But this is troubling times, right? I mean, like this particular moment, it's not like the entire month or the year, but this particular moment is kind of troubling. So I wanted to make another video just to see where you guys are, where your head's at, and how you're coping with it, because people are more smarter than we know. Y'all figured a lot of things out. I was just laying the groundwork. All I did is lay the groundwork, and y'all figure a lot of things out. So right now, there are things going on, and people really believe that it's because it's so dry in LA. It just became a wildfire. Look, man, I've been saying this stuff forever. It's just not about Hollywood anymore, man. It really ain't. Because Hollywood is no more. Hollywood is done and cooked. Okay, what y'all fail to realize, what y'all seeing right now is America falling very fast. The people that's been running America, that's been very wicked, the people that's been trafficking children, the people that's just been taking people's pensions and benefiting off putting people of color in prison, called the penal code system. And this is facts. Prison is nothing but an investment. To put you in prison makes some millionaire even more money. But these things been going on for centuries. And enough is enough. The universe is connecting to the so-called chosen people of YAH. The people of YAH are the Black American Indians. Now I know a lot of y'all believe y'all African American because whatever the government tells you, that's what you run with. If they told y'all was elephant American, you believe it. You go from Afro, you go from colored, you go from Negro, you go from nigger, and now African American. To call yourself African American, you call yourself 2/5 of a human. That's why they can stop you. That's why they can harass you. That's why they can do all these things to you, because you're not even on the radar as a human. Did you know that? So if you understood who you were and you did the research. Now, before these people jump in these comments and go with this Hebrew Israelite and the Moors, save it, because I'm not even hearing none of y'all. I'm telling you facts. Go do your research yourself. American Indians is the black man, black woman, and child. We never came over here on slave ships. But I know a lot of y'all sensitive, and your scholars been teaching you that shit forever, and you can't think of nothing else, and you're gonna go with that. You're gonna die with it, and that's perfectly fine. That's your golden heart truth, and it's your right to die by ignorance. But as well as you can search your favorite celebrity, and you can search your favorite song, once you do yourself a due diligence and search who you truly are. America was not called America, it was called Tamerican. Black folks ran everything. And I know a lot of people say, well, why come black folks took a hard fall? Because there's always a spiritual of the universe, as we are spirits before we are body, you know what I'm saying? And we refuse to acknowledge who we truly are, and we refuse to help one another, and we refuse to have love for one another. So when we had that animosity towards each other, and we just was me, I, The Most High put his people to the back burner and put peasants and put people who was discarded as leaders. And they were called Edomites. And today, the European Americans are in head of this, that, and the other, along with their Khazars and Ashkenaz, who they call Jewish. You know, if you did the research, it makes perfectly sense, okay? But to make a long story short, if you look at all the ghettos, some of y'all say, well, that was another punishment for black folks because they refused to adhere to the Most High. So you're going to put you in these projects. Really? Did y'all know those projects was meant for European Americans, who they call Caucasians? The projects, the lower income housing that you see across the world, across Americas and the world, you know, was never meant for no black man, woman, or child to live in. The development of that was for those folks. But because we were so stiff-necked, Scottish children, and we didn't adhere to anything of righteousness because we wanted to do everything Sodom and Gomorrah had to offer. We wanted to be freaky. We wanted to be bisexual. We wanted to be transsexual, transsex, pansex. We wanted to do everything but righteousness. The Most High could see it years ahead of time. And what did he do? Put us on the back burner. So let's fast forward. So what's happening now, right? Is the black man, woman, and child cursed? Not really. 1/3 is not. 2/3 will never learn. So it's not giving you a preaching. See, I'm not here to preach to you. I'm not here to hold your hand. I'm not telling you go left. I'm not telling you go right. I'm just having a conversation with you. And it's your right as a man, woman, child to listen and do your due diligent research. But if you think that thing in LA is just a coincidence, you ain't seen nothing yet. I don't know how many times, as I was talking about Hollywood, I was telling people, there's creatures that y'all never seen before this right here beneath us. There was a time ago when I was dealing with religious group, they were saying, we need to go to the mountains. Everybody need to go to the mountains. That's the farthest that we need to stay away from. The entities are already there, you know. I took a camping trip with one of my brothers who is resting in peace right now. And it was in Aspen. It was in Qaraah. I have it on video, but you would never understand it because you don't see it. We saw it with our eyes, but we didn't record everything. Meaning the camera didn't pick up everything. It was a cheap camera. I'm saying that to say this. We was in an area that we should not have been. There was a body of water. See, at that particular time, I didn't understand this. You probably said, how long ago was that, YAH? About 8-9 years ago. Okay. So there was a body of water, right? It was unusual for this type of water, the way it stood and the way it was balanced and the way it looked. So that's how could that be so perfectly in this surrounding area? Man didn't put that there. And if you wonder, say, well, what's your thoughts on it, YAH? What do you think it was? It was a portal. This is where these things was coming in and out of. We didn't supposed to be there. We was there. Now, this is how the Most High didn't want us there, right? I'm telling y'all just a quick synopsis, right? We was going to camp there. I was big on camping at the time. We was trying our best to open this tent because a pop-up tent, you just unravel it and it pops up. You know that tent would never pop. It stayed like a bullet because when you open it up, it usually fly open and you push the umbrella up. It stayed like a bullet. And me and my bud was like, YAH, what the hell is going on, man? We've done this many a times. Why come it's not popping up? It's like, I don't know. And as we kept asking questions, rain started to come. And then the first thing my brother said is, we shouldn't be here. I was like, what? What the hell are you talking about? Oh, man, come on. We man the Most High. Then it hit me like, no, we shouldn't really be here. So we didn't argue. We really was like in sync. We fed off each other. Boom, we started packing. Now I'm gonna show you something. I'm gonna tell you that I can't show you, right? As we was packing, it was like it was a road going to the right, and it was a road out. The road to the right looked like it was no end. It just kept going. It's like, and as we start to think, because we both spiritual men. It's like, you look down that road, man. It doesn't end. He said, Yash, we shouldn't be here. And I was like, I think Yah is giving us a warning. We got to go. There was no birds. There was no life. You get the speed of sound stopped. See, when I be talking to y'all, like, y'all done missed what I've been doing on my YouTube family. Y'all done missed a lot of things I've been doing. And I put it on Roku, right? There are things that I'm revealing to you that are not jokes. These are things I experienced. So when people get to talking, sometimes I can go back and forth. I can jump in there and debunk what they say. But man, why? Let that dude live. Let him eat. Because I know they're talking out their ass. They ain't connected to the universe. They don't know how to use their third eye. They don't know nothing about what I'm saying right now. It's all new. They'll go buy a book. They'll go buy a book and get all the answers. And that's not the way it is. Those books are parables. We're supposed to be able to connect to the spirit of Yah. And they don't know how to do it because they're false. They're plants. So make a long story short, we were packing, right? We was packing, and the speed of sound, there was no sound. Everything's like it stopped. I'm not making this up, right? And so we had everything packed on my way out. Boy, this is no joke. This is the point I knew we were supposed to be there, but Most High had us. As we was driving out, because there was only one way out, and that way out was it wasn't too long, but it was about, I would say, a block and a half long. But it was all mountains, okay? As we was leaving out, the ground started to give. I'm not lying. I was in a Toyota RAV. It was an SUV, and the ground was like giving. And over to our right was nothing but a cliff, no life. The pine trees had to be 20, 30 feet in the air. And imagine that drop. There was nothing to the right of us, right? So I said, man, if this thing tumble, nobody ever find us. So we just was thinking positive. And as the ground was kind of giving down, we was looking to our right. There was little headstones because we didn't see that coming in. The headstones had little faces on them. I was like, damn, we're not supposed to be here. So even the ground was like, literally, we was like, oh, Lord. I had all-wheel drive, but still you can feel digging, right? And as we was digging and digging, we got closer to the set ground. And when we got sturdy, because now we know we're good to get out, we got out the car and looked. There was nothing but a cliff. We didn't even see that coming in. Cliffs, okay? The ground was all the way in at that time. So I'm saying, we don't know what's back there. All we know is we shouldn't have been back. And I believe sometimes men, women of Yah lets us experience these things so we can come back and tell y'all. Excuse me. And I knew at that particular time we were supposed to be in the mountains. So that's a testimony that the Most High allowed it so I could tell you. But at that time I wasn't on YouTube. So I put it on my 7stage.com to tell people we shouldn't be in the mountains, you know. There were men on the highways and byways telling y'all to go to the mountains. And I would see it a lot. And I can't say the word. That's not my job. The Most High didn't put us here to say the word. He said if they have an ear, right, let them hear. So some of y'all was beating yourself up because they wouldn't listen. I got past that a long time ago. If they have an ear, let them hear. And I would just hear so much wrong information. And I just let it go. So that whole 10 years that I never showed myself on YouTube, I was getting knowledge. I was educating myself. There was things I was finding out that I just didn't know. And that's why I went to Florida. Now I talked about this, I believe on one of my speaker shows. And I have a radio show. If you're not at Roku Fire Still, you should at least be on a radio show. It's just a lot of stuff we're covering. It's time to start talking and communicating. You know, you have someone to talk to. YAH Qaraah got a radio show. Why ain't you there? Or why aren't you there, right? So I went to Florida. I'm gonna cut this. Okay, I'm gonna get out of here in a little bit. I had to go to Florida. I didn't have to, but I felt the need to. When we went to Florida, I found out a lot of stuff, man. Florida was the place where I found out we were Indians. In Tallahassee, that's where they fed the children of black men, women, children, our babies, to alligator, for the alligator baby. But those buildings in Florida, Tampa, along with the Florida period, a lot of these insurance buildings, a lot of this wealth, you know, our ancestors are buried under there. And they were not called Negroes. They were called American Indians. So when you find this stuff out, man, it's mind-blowing. There's no way I could go back and think the way I used to think. There's no way I could teach the way I used to teach. I found this information. It took me, I was going to sit on it. I was like, I can't tell them. If I told them, they ain't going to get it. And see, when you find out truth, the Most High didn't put you there to hold it. He didn't put you there to hold that information. So when I found out the truth, I still didn't want it. I was like, they don't need to know. But I know if I didn't say nothing, I don't think my life would be where I'm at now. It was so powerful. There's people in Florida that got slave books stacked up like sandwiches. And it's passed down to their grandsons. It's got dates. It's got how they died. It's got what they got away with. Buying land for $5. Taking our names, they cover up the faces of the judge thereof. Like everything that we invented, they took it. They took the land. They took anything that we invented. Lord have mercy. Once you understand, man, that shit is heavy. So that's why I said, I'm going to talk to them tonight. I wasn't, but I said, it's a need. Don't y'all be worried about what's going on in California, man. That ain't got shit to do with you. If you have the Most High people, you good. I don't worry about that. The Most High said, see, right now, every time we speak of something spiritual, they laugh at us, don't they? Yeah, they do. But what did the Most High say? We should do what? Laugh at their calamity. So they expect sympathy. They expect everybody to come together like kumbaya. I sit back with my head back in Hollywood no more. I already knew that. But this is just the beginning. And by the way, those fires are not starting on their own. There's always an entity they put here to cause devastation and to cause panic and disturbance. I just want to make something tonight before I turn in and give y'all something to think about, and leave in the comments if you have similar experiences. But I think y'all have a hard problem believing that you are American Indian. You want to hold on to the African American. You want to hold on to the African. You want to hold on to the Moors. You can be whatever you want, bro. I'm not here to change your mind. I'm not here to tell you where you should go and how you should do it. I'm just a messenger. Take it with a grain of salt. But you owe it to yourself to do due diligence and find out who you truly are. But on that note, I'm going to get out of here. And just know, stop panicking. This ain't going to reach 2/3 of our folks because they love this world. And really, some of our people want to be anything other than black folk. It's facts, the men and the women. But just know, this is a judgment call. It has nothing to do with you. That's why I don't stop working. People say, gosh, all this stuff going on, ain't you going to stop? Hell no. I don't give a damn what goes down. I already know why this is happening. The universe is going to protect its chosen and its righteous. So why y'all worried? Why y'all sit back, oh, this. Man, I ain't been, the way they laughed at me forever, and they still laugh. That dude, YAH, now he an OG, that old dude with that white beard, he crazy as hell. They laughing their ass off. So when trauma come in your neighborhood, and when your streets are on fire, and you crying out you can't eat, and your babies are affected, we're going to laugh at your calamity, just like you laughed at me. Hope it made sense. Love y'all. Talk to y'all soon, man. I'm out of here. One love.